Elementary, you're going to lead us in the pledge?
Good evening. My name is TJ Warren, principal at Forks Elementary School. With us this evening, we have some of Forks' finest. So when I call your name, please come on up and stand with me. Addison Kaufman, Nishi Patel, Carson Hippert, Natalie Kostanova, Chris Gard, and Luca Cabrera.
All right.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If anybody don't mind, some of our students would like to get their homework done. So you're more than welcome to stay, but if you need to go, that's fine.
They can definitely go. I heard the principal's real neat. All right, do we have roll recorded? All right, number 2, superintendent's report.
Yes, Mr. President, I just wanted to inform the board and the people from our community who are here tonight that as we speak and do our business here, there is an important meeting being held at the Paxos School, which is sponsored by our local Kiwanis organization, and it's on opioid abuse, and they've got a multi-media approach to this. Tracy Piazza and I were there before at 6 o'clock when it opened up to welcome people there. We're very glad to see the partnership that's occurred between the various groups that are involved in tackling this presentation on a very serious problem in our communities and in our country. So I give kudos to those groups who are working with us, and I greatly appreciate the fact that our building team there is present and able to support these fine people. Next, I would like to give you a handout, and I do it because sometimes these little statistics can help to draw your attention to who we are and what we're trying to do. And it's just the district-wide numbers, and I've offered some numbers up as we start this school year off. We have approximately 8,700 students. You can see how those students are divided in levels, elementary, middle, and high school. I've told Mr. Cook in the past and say to Mr. Geiger now that at the high school there are lots of towns and boroughs that are smaller than the number of students who attend our high school, and so they should be very pleased when the buses come and go and everybody's home for supper. They should be very pleased that everybody was able to do that and do it safely and have a good day at the high school, because it's a big operation. We have 16 buildings to maintain throughout the district. We serve about 2,400 breakfasts and 4,900 lunches. We have 105 buses on the road 2 times a day, and that number doesn't include our CIT and field trips or shuttles that we offer. Our athletic department generally has about 40 home or away athletic events throughout the fall season, and we'll get a full update on that, but they're very busy doing lots of organizing and scheduling. You can see here we've got some wonderful results from our teams in competition this fall. I have them listed there for you. Our current taxing rate yields about almost 89 million, which equals 61.70 mils. A mill of tax in Easton is equal to about $1,490,000. We have 230 students who are enrolled in the Performing Arts School in downtown. We have 105 students who are enrolled in other cyber charter schools. 1,770 students are enrolled in private brick and mortar schools. We have 1,258 students who are receiving special education services in some form or another. What else can I show you there? 6,440 students are receiving Title I services throughout our school system. And we have 17 students who are enrolled in our Easton Cyber Academy. Is Lisa here this evening? Lisa, where are you? There you are. I asked Lisa Manzo if she would give us an update on our cyber school because we haven't talked about that recently. So I thought this is a good time to share with you some information. She has a few paragraphs there. Lisa, would you, if you would like, you can speak from there.
I can speak from here if that's, I think it'll just be easier.
Okay, be easier for you.
Okay. So, like Mr. Reinhardt said, we have 17 students in our Cyber Academy right now. 4 of them are from the elementary school, 1 from the middle school, and the other 12 are from the high school. Recently, we had some changes that we put in place to help our students to be more successful. One of the major new changes is that we put a hard deadline in for every 2 weeks now. So when students hand in their assignments, it's helping to keep them more on track. So we're seeing a much greater success rate in our cyber school right now. Currently, all of our students are passing. Most of the students are maintaining A's and B's in all of their subject areas, which is a drastic change from what we have seen in the past. So I would say that, continuing forward, we're going to stay with that. We do always have inquiries throughout the school year, and we review those as a team every time we have an inquiry that comes through our cyber school. Right now, there are about 14 teachers that are enrolled in the cyber endorsement programs throughout the district. Some of them have completed those the coursework in order to become cyber endorsed, and some of them are in the process right now of becoming cyber endorsed, because that way if we ever do have a demand, we could teach those classes ourselves and just do maybe one-off courses, which they call it. So if a student just wants to enroll for one course, they would be able to do so. Also, we have worked with BLN, which is our cyber school carrier, in order to attract students back. So we have sent out mailings, we've done calls home, those types of things in order to try to get some of those students back. We've had some success with that. Sometimes we're not successful. I can say that a lot of the students that have left our school, our district, and have gone to other cyber schools, I know that from my experiences of handing out iPads, they have come back. Which is very positive as well. So we're seeing students returning to our district. Even though they might leave for a short period of time, we do see a lot of them come back. So that's the current state of where we are right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate your organization and your leadership with that aspect of our program. Last but not least, at the bottom, we have 4 schools who are involved in Communities in Schools program, which is Paxnos and Cheston, the academy, and also the middle school. So I will try to keep you updated on numbers like that. It might help to, especially as we transition our board, might help to understand the scope of what services we offer every day here in the Easton School District. Next, I'd like to recognize someone who, once again, has distinguished himself with his alma mater, and I'm talking about David Hightower. Dave was honored not too long ago by being inducted into the Lincoln University Hall of Fame, and I received word that he's now receiving the Professional Achievement Award from Lincoln University, and that's for alumni whose achievement in their fields of endeavor have brought distinction to themselves, have been a credit to the university, and a real benefit to their community. So I'm very happy and honored to recognize Dave Hightower and introduce him again as being somebody whose achievements have been recognized by so many others. David, I'd like to... We're very fortunate to have people who are very distinguished in their fields of education and leadership. And David, we're very happy to. There we go. Okay, I didn't know what happened. There we are. Congratulations. Well done. We also want to make sure that staff members tend to be rather shy about these things, and we want to make sure that we break that attitude about being uncomfortable with recognition. So, David, I'm very glad you agreed to be here tonight. I know that it was my request for you to do so, but thank you.
Thank you very much for recognizing me, and all this wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the Easton Area School District and our recent family here, and I owe so much to Easton, and thank you for welcoming me here 29 years ago. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Next, our board president is going to recognize one of our community partners and a group of gentlemen who have brought some wonderful things here to the city.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. So a few months ago, I received a call from the gentlemen of Absalom Jones, Lodge number 109 here in Easton, and they asked me if we knew any families who can use washers and dryers. So I called Mr. Reinhardt, and we provided them with a list. 2 days later, I think, 3 days later, trailers were loaded up with washers and dryers, and they were delivered throughout the West Ward to a number of families. I had the opportunity to go with them as they were delivering the washer and dryers, and you take little things for granted, to be able to go downstairs in your basement and wash your clothes, or go upstairs and wash your clothes. And when you see the look on these people's faces and the children, where now they're getting washer and dryer, they don't have to go to the laundromat and spend the whole day and spend a lot of money on clothes, it was just amazing what we take for granted. So, I mean, there was like 15 sets of washer and dryers that they handed out, and they're looking to do more. And they've been doing a number of things for our districts, handing out meals for Thanksgiving and for our district families, and this is just something else that they've been doing, and we definitely want to recognize them and thank them for all they're doing in our community. So can the men of Absalom Jones, Lodge number 109 of Easton, please come forward and collect your award and say a few words.
I thank the President, board members, and guests. Like you said, I am the worship master of Absalom Jones Lodge number 109. We are affiliated with Prince Hall, Preceptor Masons out of Philadelphia. And like I said, our main theme here is for the community. As we also adopted 2 schools, Cheston and Pasadena. What we do a toy drive where we give out toys and buy toys for the kids and give them out. So, like I said, we deep in the community. A lot of people want to say, what are Masons? But our thing is community first, and you get out there and people are helping with it where we can in the community. And that's something that we enjoy doing. And if I may, I'd like to introduce the members of the lodge for me. I got a couple officers here. My number one man is my senior warden, Joe Sampson. Good evening. Our district lecturer, which is my boss, is Marcus Grundy. My senior deacon, Delmar Weeks. My junior deacon is Jerome Mayo. Brian Jenkins. Here, and Brother Stefan Wilcox. And like I said, like we do a lot of things for the community. So also we got a pancake breakfast coming up the 5th of November, where we're doing that goes for our toy drive. So if anybody interested in, you take donations if you don't want to eat pancakes. Like I said, so we do it. We go out and buy toys for the kids. I do have tickets if anybody, they're $7.
If I can just interrupt and say, Mr. Weeks, it was brought to my attention this week that unfortunately your mother passed away, and on behalf of myself, the board, and the district, our deepest condolences, and prayers with you and the family.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'd like to shake your hands and present you with this certificate. Do the whole circle.
Thanks, sir.
We on Facebook.
One of the characteristics of all of the groups that you have in a community that do such great things for others is they're so humble about that and really don't expect a lot of attention or really don't want any attention. And so that humility is very important and very refreshing at a time like this, I think, when we meet people at Kiwanis, the same thing. They were trying their very best to pull something off their community, in the community, to get the conversation about opioids started, and so we're very lucky to have these folks, all of these folks in our community. So thank you.
Mr. Reinhardt, I will share
Yes.
with you that this is probably at least a 9-year relationship now that we've
Is
had
that
at
right?
Cheston and Paxenosa. So
9
talking about
years
humble,
worth
it's
of
been a
giving.
long time, so we appreciate it.
9 years worth of giving. That's fantastic.
Number 3, reports. You, Ms. Price.
Okay, the IU is holding family engagement nights. The last one that happened on the 18th was parents of partners in the IEP process. Upcoming family engagement nights include understanding functional behavior assessment and behavior intervention plans, and that will be on January 23rd. And the next one after that is understanding augmentative and alternative communication processes, to be held on Wednesday, March 14th. And if you have any questions or would like to attend, contact the IU.
Thank you. Eastern Public Library. Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Peter Lake. I'm one of the trustees of the library board. I just wanted to share with you a few things that have been going on. Recently, about 10 days ago, the library has transitioned part of a new computer cataloging system called Spark, specially designed for Pennsylvania libraries. Bethlehem is part of it, Allentown is part of it, along with about 100 other libraries in Pennsylvania. And it's going very well. It's I've had a chance to do it online and work with it. It's just a little bit of getting used to, but the library's really been doing a great job, and the people at the library. So it's a really good step going forward. I really think it's going to be great. This Thursday, a couple of days from now, at the main branch at 6:30, Mayor Panto is going to be giving a program at the library, and he's going to have an opportunity for the mayor to share with the community, and really good interchange going on. That's Thursday, 6:30 at the main branch. Library sale's coming up, the book sale, end of November through the first week of December. Both Mayor Panto's program and the book sale going on at the end of next month are available to take a look at on our website. So if you get a chance, please. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. If anybody can get to the library, Mayor Panto has so much history, so much knowledge of the history of Easton. It's phenomenal. Some of the things that I've learned listening to him in Easton, some historic facts. So that's going to be a really good thing to listen to. Letter C, CIT, Ms. Hess or Ms. Weiss?
I'll take it right. Okay. So the one thing going on right now that's really important is that CIT started building their house. They've been doing a really great job of keeping, on budget and keeping the board apprised to what's going on. So hopefully, we'll have another house for sale coming up at the end of the school year.
Great.
And that's in Forks.
That's in Forks Township, Toboggan Lane, I think.
That's what he built in last year, they finished, right?
Yeah, it's on the end. I think we have the end lot, and
Yeah.
they did actually do a presentation where they showed the students were out there while they were, laying the concrete for the basement and all the special things that were going on, and the footers, and they were actively engaged. So it was kind of hands-on for them.
Bill, I want to ask, and I don't know if you probably don't know an answer, but if you guys can find out for us. So I know they always do house projects. I've known for years, and they do a great job. And I know they do a lot in the Forks area. Have they ever looked at partnering with like Habitat for Humanity and building houses in other neighborhoods, such as Southside Westmore and other places for low-income families that can use the houses? The Habitat is a wonderful program. I'm just wondering if they can partner with them or if they've looked at it already.
I will find out.
Thank you very much. Community College, Mr. Fainall.
Yes, we had a meeting. A lot of focus right now because it's the 50th anniversary. This past month was 50 years ago was the first time the students set foot actually on campus out there and the doors opened. And so there's a lot of focus on that. But in addition to that, we have what they call standard equipments, which is the equivalent of tenure in the school district. So there were a few people that were appointed there, or will be appointed. We also talked about, in the strategic focus, there's many pieces, but one of them ends up being the metrics. And we're starting really to look at a lot of metrics of what's happening with the students. How are they completing? Are they ready when they come to the community college? Where are they going after the college and things like that? And so a lot of numbers are being looked at and the information synthesized now for the purpose of looking and making decisions and all. Again, as I had mentioned, one of the big numbers to start to look at is the program that they started with Bethel and hopefully next year with Easton, and that is making sure students are ready and what we can do to help prepare them to be ready for colleges, not just the community college, but any kind of a college as they move forward. And John, I believe we have various staff that are involved with that program as we're talking about it now, correct? Along with that, we always review the budget and everything, and there was some concerns this year. We're slightly down in our numbers from where they projected, which was a downward trend anyway, just because of how the economy was moving. But we're just about on target where we expect it to be with our numbers, so which is a good sign. So our projections are good. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Letter E, the Foundation for Eastern Schools.
I don't have any report tonight, but we're meeting tomorrow, so we'll have a report for next meeting.
Thank you. Charles Schrin, Science and Technology Initiative. Ms. Heather.
Okay, so we did have a meeting recently. We're going to be having another meeting on the 1st, and we're happy to report that we've determined there will be either between $5,000 and $7,500 that will come to the school district, and the same amount will be going to CIT, and those funds will be used at the high school, and it is for the STEM initiatives that we're doing at the high school. So we'll have a better idea probably by the end of next month of what the amount will be.
Thank you. Legislative, Mr. Fainall.
Well, nothing to report new on the budget. I mean, that's been the same report for many months, just that they keep trying to negotiate or whatever. But more importantly, I have attended some issues about the upcoming election and everything. And one of the big questions that they have on the ballot that it appears that the legislators from two different sessions, both the House and the Senate, have approved unanimously is the issue about school property tax. It's going to be a ballot question, and as it's written here, I'm not going to read the question itself. Various legislators actually have it up on their website so it can be viewed ahead of time. And it basically ties into what we have today as the Homestead Farmstead Act. And it says you'll have the opportunity to vote on a ballot question to eliminate residential school property taxes through the state's existing homestead exclusion program. In other words, if you qualified for that and this is approved, then dollars. They're not saying how or anything else yet on that. And the proposed constitutional amendment would allow local taxing bodies to exclude from taxation 100% of the assessed value of owner-occupied homes. The biggest part of this is understanding that it's really separating the difference between business, which could be considered rental units and everything, and owner-occupied homes. They're looking to make that separation so that they then can proceed with other types of legislation that give the actual homeowners the benefit. So that is a balanced question everybody should be aware of and take into consideration in November.
Thank you. Mr. Geiger, our student council president, I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I apologize. She gave me late notice this afternoon. She wasn't able to make it. She's juggling band and soccer, which is in districts this week. But they have November 1st is the student council meetings between Easton and Peterborough for preparation for the pregame festivities that happen at the game. So that's going on. Our homecoming dance is November 4th. And she just wanted me to say that now that they've been approved for the bonfire, they are working on the wood. We have a lot of people knocking on the door to drop off wood for the bonfire, so that's all going well as well.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Geiger. Ms. Alexander, PTA.
I haven't seen you guys in so long. Hi. Okay. The first thing is that we're thrilled to congratulate the staff and students of Paxinosa on their renovations. It's an important milestone in the community's commitment to the uptown neighborhoods of Easton, and we appreciate the ongoing efforts. We wanted to mention that the Paxinosa PTA have been able to raise some needed funds by renting out parking spots for the Cottingham games, and that's kind of been a win-win situation for everybody. As area council, we had some pretty exciting news. Our own Vice President Karen Hershey was she won the Volunteer of the Year award, and we went this past weekend to Pittsburgh to the PA State Convention for her to celebrate. So we had a lot of pride about that. So that was good news, positive news. We wanted to let the community and everybody here know that Area Council will have the first meeting, our Area Council General Meeting. We have 3 a year and then elections in May. That will be on Thursday at the high school at 6 o'clock, so everybody's welcome to attend that. Let's see. I know we gave you guys a report, so I'm sort of highlighting a little bit, so you can kind of look more in depth. But March PTA has been busy recruiting members and room parents. They had their first family fun night at Bushkill Park, and it was a big success. And they have an ice cream social coming up in conjunction with the Scholastic Book Fair, and the annual Positive Character Parade will be on October 27th. The high school PTSA remains an important organization, as you know, for bringing parents, staff, and students together in ways that are vital to supporting and maintaining the traditions that build up our community. So please look for opportunities to get involved as volunteers in things like the snack bar at the bonfire and the games. We're also proud to mention that we have a lot of students that have been coming to our meetings, and I think it's always wonderful when we go to the high school PTSA meetings to see so many staff and students there, and I think that that's a wonderful thing that they're engaged kind of at that early age. You know, we love to see that. The Easton Area Middle School had a huge turnout for Locker Days this year, with incoming 6th grade families adding new energy. The PTA is happy to announce that they're bringing back field trips. As you know, we had issues with clearances. It made it very difficult for the past 2 years to get chaperones, clear chaperones. So there were a lot of reasons that it was limited to the Dorney trip in 8th grade. So they are looking to bring those back, starting with Iron Pigs and some of the other plans that they're making there. They wanted you to know they're having a 6th grade dance on November 10th and a grade 7-8 semi-formal on the 17th. They're also doing a contest for box tops, and the winner gets a pie in the face. We did that last year with Dr. Simia. I had the wonderful honor, you could call it, of being able to be one of the people to throw pie at Dr. Simia. So, you know, you never know. So they also wanted to let you know that on December 1st, the middle school will be transformed into a lighted celebration of over 50 countries as a celebration of the rich diversity in the school district and to promote family engagement. Let's see. At Tracy Elementary, the PTA welcomed teachers and staff with breakfast. Fundraising is underway to support activities. Students and families had a family ice cream social and a preview book fair sale. And they're hosting a trunk or treat on October 27th. So that's it for us for this report, and we appreciate all the things that you guys do. And if you need to get a hold of us, we do have a mailbox here. We have a Facebook page, a Twitter page. You know how to get us, so thank you.
Thank you. I received an email from EAEA president before we came out. He's sorry he couldn't make it tonight. He just wanted to have me relay the message that the teachers union and our administration have been working very well together. They're heading off a lot of issues by working together ahead of time before they become anything. A lot of things are being worked out and being changed for the better. We're still working moving forward. Anyone here from the bus drivers? None. Number 4, is there anyone from the public who would like to be heard on agenda items only? Seeing none. Do I have a motion to accept the executive session report?
Motion. Second.
Yes.
For the 10-12 meeting,
Yes.
I'd just like to note that I was only there for approximately 15 minutes, and then I was had left.
Wait. Is that noted, Ally? And I guess you know what, you could, I was there for the same amount of time. That's what makes sense. Motion?
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 6, approval of minutes as listed. Have a motion. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7, can I have a motion to accept letter A through K, number 8, A through D, number 9, A through D, and number 10, A through D.
I make the motion with regrets on the retirement.
Second. Discussion?
Yes. First thing, 8C, I would be no, but 8D, I have a question. Is that similar services that we're contracting with the IU?
These are similar services to what we contract with Beata for the on-call nursing services. When we find that we're in need of an on-call nurse and Beata is unable to provide, this gives us another option. And then also for the school psychologist for the evaluation, we have a school psychologist going out on leave, and we've posted the position a number of times. We've attempted to get coverage through the IU, and there just aren't school psychologists available. So this gives us that as an option as well.
So on there, though, I guess the question, I'm only looking at the agreement, and I'm sure that there is, but how are we verifying their qualifications? Because in the agreement, it just says that since they are contracted out through this group, I'm just making sure how we're verifying qualifications.
They would have to verify that they're certified school psychologists.
I'm just want to make sure that
absolutely. Yeah.
Any other questions?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
8C.
All right. Number 11, other business. Can I have a motion to accept A through D?
So moved.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Number 12, is there anyone from the public who would like to be heard on non-agenda items only? Seeing none. Any other business from board members? Number 13.
Mr. Pinball, if I could just acknowledge, as board members, we received a copy of the Foundation for Easton Schools annual report. I want to thank them for that. Very comprehensive. My opportunity to be able, as I read through, to see that they provided $140,000 worth of grants and donations to fund various programs in the schools here. Obviously, our staff and our students were the benefit of funding for those programs. And I know each year, I've attended a few of them, they sponsor a gala in the spring as part of their fundraising efforts. And I certainly encourage everyone to support their efforts through fundraising, because obviously the students and staff in our district are the ones who truly benefit from their efforts. So thank you to them. And Mr. Pinnabone, thank you for the recognition this evening and acknowledging the lodge. I think anytime a board can reach out into the community and acknowledge the effort that takes place is truly beneficial. We're all in this together, I think is the theme, just as your slogan says. And anytime we can acknowledge what's going on in the community and the efforts that they provide for our families and our students is to be appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the board? I just have one thing to mention. I know many of us looked in the red paper and we heard about the turf that was in the paper. One thing I do want to mention, I know our administration didn't speak directly to the press regarding that, and he put a price tag of $1.2 million. When it does come time, and if it does come time to talk about the turf, I hope we're not talking about anything around $1 million or $1.2 million. I'd like to look at some other options, like recycling and do different things to make it much lower than that. I could never support anything that high. That's all I have, and I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?